Hi there, it's Craig here. Welcome to part 3 of the kegging series. Okay, so what have we done? We've talked about kegging, we've talked about the keg itself, we've taken it apart, we've talked about regulators, we talked about tanks, we've talked about techniques, temperatures, all this kind of stuff. That was in part 1. Part 2, we actually thoroughly cleaned this keg, very thoroughly actually. So what do we need to keg a beer? Well, you need your keg, clean, okay, and rinsed properly. You got to have your beer, you got to have your sanitizer. What I've done is I've taken to making a Star San solution about 1 gallon, and I've got about a gallon in here. I've got a little bit in this container here for smaller things, and I've got a spray bottle of it just in case I need that. Okay, it's nice to be prepared. That's all there. I've got a little bit of food safe lubricant here for the gaskets on the keg. See that in a minute. And we've got a length of tubing for actually siphoning the beer into the keg. Okay, so we'll set that aside for a minute. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to sanitize the inside of the keg. Okay, so take off your lid, grab myself a nice big funnel. Here we go. Let's put the sanitizer in there. It's easier with a funnel. Okay. Just going to put that right there, and we'll put the lid on. And we're going to give this a good shake around. I'm going to do this for about a minute because Star San has a contact time of 30 seconds, and you know, it's not always touching every surface inside, although there's going to be a lot of foam in there. Reasonably sure that 30 seconds would be enough. Give it a good shake, a good roll around. Okay. You get lots of foam in there. Okay, there. That was about 45 seconds, and I'm tired, so that's the end of it. Just, you know, roll it on the ground, make sure the Star San gets in contact with the whole interior of it for at least 30 seconds, if not more. Okay? Let out the pressure. Now what we're going to do, this is important, don't forget to do this. I'm out of breath. We need to sanitize our beer outline as well, including the interior one that's in here, the big long one. Okay, we're not actually sure whether sanitizer got into that whole thing. So I'm going to hook that up. Okay, we'll grab our gas. All right, again, a couple of pounds, just enough to push fluids through here, and we'll empty our Star San from here back into here because we're still going to need this. Okay, so there it goes. So now we're putting Star San through the beer outline. And I think, you know, we're pretty safe now. 30 seconds, I mean, there you go. Okay? It's going to stay in the line after you turn it off anyway, so we're good. Okay, so you can disconnect that. So we've got that. So we've got a sanitized beer line. The sanitizer is going to stay in here, and we'll just lay that back down out the way. Disconnect our gas. And depressurize always. You won't get the lid off. Set that aside and pour the sanitizer back into the thing here because we're going to need it still. Okay. Now this thing is full of foam. Don't worry about that. Okay. Just grab your lid, place it on. Oh, no, actually no, because this is what we're going to do now. Is we're going to take the gasket off. Just get that funnel out of the way there. We're going to throw the gasket and the lid in the sanitizer. I'm going to take the little pressure release valve off. It just screws off. And I'm going to put it in the smaller sanitizer bucket. There's soak. And throw the lid in there. Okay? We've also got a length of tubing here that we need to sanitize for our siphoning, and I'm going to feed it into the sanitizer from end to end so that the sanitizer touches the entire interior and exterior of the tube. Okay. Now, the next thing, this is questionable. This is, I think, optional. Your gas valve and your beer out valve. Now, in my opinion, the gas valve hasn't been sanitized yet because we haven't passed any sanitizer through it. We've only passed gas through it. So I think that I'm going to remove it. It's only finger tight anyway for right now. With the poppet valve, it just comes out. It's small, so don't lose it. It can fall down the drain. It's just a little spring. You can get a better look at it now than from last time. Spring with a rubber gasket, and here's the valve with a rubber seal around there. Okay, so what I'm going to do with these is I'm just going to pop them into the Star San in here. Okay, why not? Now the other side, I don't think it needs it, but it's only going to take me a few seconds to screw that off. I don't store these things like really, really tight, so it's just a matter of taking it off. Same thing, put it in the Star San, let it soak. The interior one has already been sanitized. We've already had stuff on the inside and the outside of it, so we don't have to worry, okay? So we're going to give those about 30 seconds. We're going to put everything back together, and we're pretty much ready to go, all right? Okay, there we are. Let's grab our beer line. The beer one does not have a little groove around the side of the bolt part here. That's how you know the difference. The internal valve is interchangeable. Okay, let's put that back. Oh, you know what? Here's where we're going to do this. I'm going to get some of my food safe lubricant, and I'm just going to put it on the little valve there, the little gasket. And that's that. Okay, so pop it back in there. Down it goes. Okay, here, I'm going to take some of this stuff, and we're going to put it on the little poppet valve there. All right, and in that goes, and that's that. All right, just finger that tight for a minute. We'll take some of the lubricant, we'll put it on the outside of the valve like that, on the rubber there. Okay, it's food safe, don't worry, it's fine. All right, other side, a little bit of food safe lubricant. Oh, you can sanitize this too, I forgot. Put that in the sanitizer as well. Lubricate that and put that back in there. Grab our parts for that. Again, lube those up. I think keg lube is probably the best thing for this. It's made for it, but I can't get that so right now. So we're using what we've got, and that's that. Oh, show you that. The gas valve does have a groove around the nut, the bolt part, so that's how you know the difference. Okay. Right, now we just want to tighten these up good. Finger tight like that. Give them a good push, and that's that. Right. Now we're all set. We're going to grab our lid and our gasket. We'll put that back on. And again, lubricant, I have got, there's none left. I didn't put enough in here. I'm just going to spread it on there like that. Okay, around the gasket and around the interior of the keg as well. Okay. I wouldn't use Vaseline for this. I've heard that Vaseline will eat away at the rubber. You can look that up, but that's what I've been told by several people. So there we have it. So now everything's sanitized. All the lines, the in and the out, the little pieces inside, this is sanitized. Our little relief valve as well. The little rubber on the end there, that's sanitized because you never know your beer. If you're going to roll your keg, your beer's going to come in contact with that. Give that a twist, put that on, and put the whole thing together. Right, whoops, wrong way. seal it up, and you have a sanitized keg. You're all set to go.